Question is on the amendment of Gentleman Minnesota.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. We'll just strike the last word. With this amendment coming up, the very nature of what consumer reporting agencies do mean that they should not be included in this legislation from my perspective. These agencies provide employment screenings and background checks for employers and are currently regulated by the FTC, as was mentioned, under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. I've got a company in my district that is a consumer reporting agency which provides end users with individual background screenings that make informed employment decisions. They do not engage in any of the types of financial services that this legislation is seeking to address, and I don't think they should be included and come under the purview of this legislation. Those business-to-business transactions, the business-to-business risk management products, are there for companies like the company that comes from my district. They do not provide financial products to consumers. So I feel that this may be a little overreaching, Mr. Chairman, and actually was hoping we might have even amendments coming forward that might actually seek to specifically...
Will the gentleman yield? And I apologize because I'm trying to manage the business here, and the gentleman made a thoughtful statement. I want to make sure I didn't miss it. I'm focused, obviously, on the reporting on someone's credit worthiness and the credit score. Are there other functions that the gentleman says would be affected by this?
Well, Mr. Chairman, I think the main concern is with the individual, and I can't remember the exact statement I said that might have caught your ear, but with the business-to-business transactions that I know have caught the ire of the ear of my constituent back home, I think he's paying attention as a company that is providing. The legislation I know absolutely seeks to protect consumers. I just think this is.
For the gentleman would yield, let me say this, and I would, as I said, I do think that even though it's technically business to business, when you are telling somebody whether I'm creditworthy or not, I think that's a consumer issue. If there are more general risk assessment functions, they shouldn't be covered. And I would work with the gentleman between now and when we go to the floor to exempt them from that kind of coverage. I do say, again, I want to be clear. Yes, it's business to business when the credit reporting agency tells people not to lend me any money, and I want to have the consumer agency there. But to the extent that some of them may have a broader function in which they are helping them do modeling for risk that does not have an impact on this particular individual, I agree, and I would work with them. So I would hope this amendment would be adopted, and I don't expect everybody to vote for it, obviously. But even if it is adopted, I would be ready to pursue that with the gentleman from Minnesota.
And Mr. Chairman, I'll follow up with you, but it is those business-to-business risk management, I think, products that I think.
Well, I think we could work that one out.
Follow up on that. Thank you.
Is there further debate? If not, the question.